Hi everyone, I'm Racquel. I write adult fantasy novels. My voice sounds like crap today because I'm still recovering from being sick, but my friends Zilla and Bree have challenged me to do this, to start my YouTube channel and to talk to all of you about my experiences and about my writing journey. And so today I'm tackling the Jenna Streetley's Authortube Newbie Tag 2.0. Let's get into it. Question 1. What's your book's pitch? I've written notes for myself because I need notes. So let me get it. What's your book's pitch? And if you have multiple, choose your favorite. So the one I'm going to talk to you about is my book, The Unsainted, which is essentially an adult version of Buffy meets the Void, 2016 movie about cosmic horror, cults, and the absolutely unspeakable horror that comes from it. The pitch line is Valerie Cazadora swears revenge on Mardius, the vampire lord, after he compels her to murder her best friend, and she must stop him before he takes over the world, and by raising the 6 other death gods. She must stop him before he unleashes hell on Earth, opens the portal between worlds, and raises the other 6 death gods, starting the apocalypse. Question number 2. If you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? So that's asking really tough questions. I'm definitely a hype girl. If you have seen me from the Discord group, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. But as like a type of book, I'd pitch myself as a magical realist. I like to have a little bit of fantasy and the the unimaginable happening in the everyday life. And so I'm constantly trying to find those moments or creating them for other people. But I also love to have a little bit on my splatterpunk in there, and definitely with some existential crisis element. What do you usually write? So I usually write, as I said, adult fantasy. I started writing that particular story in 2018, and have been workshopping it ever since then. It definitely did not start as an adult fantasy novel, and it probably still needs a couple more tweaks to get to that point. But I love to have horror and a little bit of romance in my stories. Where's all my horror romances at? What's something you'll never write? So, although I love to watch it in my movies and TV shows like Pride and Prejudice, I am not a historical reader or romance reader. I just don't have any interest in actually writing it myself. I don't find or reading it in stories. So it's not something that I can imagine myself writing. Who knows? That might change down the path, but for now, I am definitely not a historical or romance writer. Question number 5. What's your goal for starting an Authortube channel? My goal for the channel is to create a space where I can discuss all the Authortube things, like my publishing journey and my thoughts on the publishing industry and the craft of writing. I will try to work on my video skills because I am not good at it, obviously. But I'd love to also make some friends and share my love for stories in all its forms, whether it be books, movies, video games, or ARCs. Question number 6. What made you want to start writing? So it's been a long time since I started my writing journey. I definitely was that girl in primary school who would spend her time writing stories or reading stories, or, you know, absolutely diving into stories in all its forms. I was the girl who was in the library all of lunch and recess and just pouring into my favorite series. Back then it was books like Artemis Fowl, Goosebumps, Harry Potter, Keys of the Kingdom, and Del Toro Quest. Those books were really my inspiration and the beginning of my love for morally grey characters. And definitely the kicking off point for my love for fantasy. Looking at you, Artemis Fowl. In 2018, I had the idea for The Unsainted, which is my current book I'm bringing to the trenches this year. I am currently workshopping it in a writing class with the lovely Jenny Chappelli, which I'm so excited to share more of. Question 7. What's your publishing path? Traditional, hybrid, indie, or haven't decided yet? So I am definitely seeking traditional publishing. I am, that is what I'm currently seeking. In, I think maybe 2015, I published a couple of stories, self-pubbed a couple of stories. They were definitely not ready for the world to see, but they went out there anyway. I was very much a fledgling writer and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't really have any friends to talk to about it with. And I won't mention the ones I self-published online on, I can't even remember what the site was called. It was something like Booksy, or it was something like Wattpad, but way back in the day. Definitely not really good content to have put out there. And a half-finished series in my self-publishing journey. So that was old Racquel and old Racquel stuff, and definitely not something I try to think back to unless if somebody intentionally asks the question of, when did you start writing? Where did it all start? How did you get to where you are? You know, I'd rather focus on what I'm doing now, which is the stuff that I'm excited about or what I'm planning to do, which is so different to what I've done in the past, that it's not even, doesn't even feel like it was the same person, and I am that person. Question 8. What content do you bring to the Authortube table? Although it won't be anything new, I can definitely bring the experience of an author from Australia on YouTube, which I haven't really seen very much of. A lot of the YouTubers I've seen who are doing Authortube content are either from America or from another country, and definitely not from here. So that is my fresh perspective that I can bring to Authortube. It will also be my fresh perspective as I go through the traditional publishing journey, which again I haven't seen very much of. It will definitely be a learning experience for me, and I hope you enjoy watching that stuff, watching me talk about it. I also have a lot of fun ideas of what I could possibly do, and I'm looking forward to sharing all of that with you. I am also hoping to rope in a couple of my friends on the Discord and doing these ideas with me. So Zilla and Bree, get ready to do some fun shit with me. I hope I can say that in this part now. What's your biggest writing struggle? I've been writing for a while and trying to improve my craft. I think my biggest struggle at the moment is not knowing enough about the querying process. At this present moment, I have not entered into the query trenches with any book. And so I am very secretly reading through all of the Discords query trenches comments and trying to learn from all of everyone else's experiences, so that when I do enter into the trenches, I am more than prepared for it. I am very anxious about that part of my journey, and I definitely feel like that is my biggest struggle right now. Question 10. What is your best writing skill? So my best writing skill, I think, would have to be my banter, because every time I get share a snippet in the writing group, or I get comments from a CP or a beta, that is what they really connect with, is the banter of my characters. Look forward to reading a lot of that in my writing when it does eventually get published. Question 11. If you're new to Authortube, what is your biggest question? My biggest Authortube question is, how do we connect with our audience, and how do you manage a recording, editing, and writing schedule? As a full-time teacher, I will definitely struggle to manage all of that, because this feels like at the moment a full-time job to me, my writing career, and adding this on top is just feels a bit overwhelming. But I can definitely see where I can see that a lot of people do it, so it can't be that hard. But I also feel like, how, so if you've got any tips on how to manage the whole process of doing this thing, please let me know in the comments below. Give me your best suggestions, because I am so confused. Question 13. Are you looking for any new channels to follow, leaders, CPs, or other types of writing buddies? If so, tell us and we'll connect with them in the comments. Though I run and manage a fantastic Discord group, I am definitely the founder of the Rev Inspirations, which you can find on Blue Sky. I am always looking to connect with other people, to make friends, to connect with lots of other writers. And if we do connect and we have that spark between us, as CPs or beaters or whatever, I will definitely be in your corner as your hype girl. Question 14. What are you most excited for during this new fresh start on Authortube? I'm most excited to meet with all of you, and to get to share my journey, my story, and my journey, and all the ideas that I have cooking in the back oven as I navigate the trenches during this year and next year, and hopefully not the year after, because by then I'll get an agent. Fingers crossed. I feel like this is the space for me to be my most authentic self. I'm not very good at photography, although I have had in the past given it a go. And I'm not sure how I will go with short form content at the moment. So definitely not a TikTok person or an Instagram person, but I am on X and Blue Sky and now YouTube. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Thanks for watching. As if you have any questions, or you want to get to know me a little bit better, or I didn't answer anything that if I didn't answer anything more that you would like to know about me, or if you would like to connect and be my friend, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to feed that algorithm. Don't forget to feed the algorithm. Leave a like, share, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Or I know I've had to stop so many times in between. So yeah. Fun times. This is definitely going to be a learning curve. Here I am with my notes because I can't read or speak of you. Absolutely not.